Hello everyone! I'm lost, and I will admit, I really didn't expect this. We got a massive patch, a real game changer in the truest sense of the word, and I want to air out some thoughts I've had about it. I've only played about 5-ish hours or so since the patch came out, not nearly enough to get a comprehensive feeling for how things are going to shake out in the long run, but certain patterns have emerged, like how thrusting swords are now very likely to become a popular choice. We have so much to go through, so much to experiment with, and things are getting really exciting, especially for me and my YouTube cohorts. With all of the changes, many of my build videos are now completely obsolete, which I think is great, because that means I can remake them and get some more of that sweet ad revenue money. But truthfully, it's not the changes themselves I want to talk about, but rather what they mean for us moving forward. PvP is always a topic of discussion in my streams. It's been brought up many times that FromSoft don't focus on PvP, that the Souls games and Elden Ring are primarily single-player games. Now that last part of the sentence is true, but I think it's unfair to say that From don't focus on PvP. It's been a part of their games since Demon's Souls, and they have always tried to find the balance between the invaders and the hosts. Some of the Souls games have done this better than others. Even so, I must admit that I have felt a little neglected as a PvP player. I kind of feel like I'm an unwanted child at times who never got any hugs from a cold and distant mother who just happened to be Miyazaki. I know, that's a little dark, granted. But what I mean is, I never felt like FromSoft paid too much attention to us. They gave us some fixes when we started yelling for it, but I never felt like they actively paid attention. With the latest patch, it is clear that FromSoft is committed to the PvP side of Elden Ring, more so than any of their previous titles. The long list of changes and fixes shows us that FromSoft is willing to put some serious work into making sure that we get a good experience. They have basically created a whole new poise ecosystem for us to explore, which will have a massive impact on the PvP. That is a significant change to a foundational system. Look, I have said multiple times that I never thought that FromSoft would ever change the damage values. It was my opinion that they wanted the damage to be that potent, to be that insane. And I am so happy to be wrong. I think it's safe to say that most players wanted a damage nerf across the board for weapons and skills, but it's still kinda risky when the system that we had worked well enough. They didn't have to do any of this. Patch 106 probably saved Elden Ring PvP from mediocrity and made it a much better and more pleasant experience. And they could have left it there, with maybe a minor update to some weapons. But they didn't. They put in the work. And the most important feature of the new patch is of course the separate system for scaling damage in PvP. And in the patch notes, they flat out say that this is something that will be used in the future to balance the game, which means they are actively paying attention now. I feel so noticed. Senpai noticed me. Maybe they can even experiment a bit now. Maybe try some buffs and some nerfs. Something they usually wouldn't try simply because it would impact PvE in a negative way, but because of the new system, they can roll these things back. A man can dream, couldn't he? I mean, I don't expect this to become Overwatch anytime soon, but it would be really nice to just test out a few things. Granted, the new patch will probably create a whole set of new issues, like different OP combinations of weapons and Ashes of War, but that's okay, because now we know that these issues will get resolved. PvP might not be integral to the success of Elden Ring, and Dark Souls for that matter, but I think it imbues the experience with a richness and fullness that I haven't been able to find anywhere else. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think our time here is done. Thank you so much for watching my video, and remember to subscribe, or else I will have to shank you in the throat. I'll see you later. Kisses.